Yes! Alrighty! What's up, everybody? It is I, your travel god of extreme, Peter Joseph here, for a hot and steamy Saturday afternoon. August the 1st is the first of the month. Yep, the first of the month. August the 1st, 2026. Thank you all for watching right here on the main channel, Killer of Demons 66. Boogie! Yeah, we're boogieing on Killer of Demons 669. And as always, thank you for watching. Make sure you like the video. Hit that subscribe button down in my pants, otherwise known as the description box below. Share the video all over the internet. Subscribe to my other channels. Right now, from the past, the present, and the future, Conan. And all the other good stuff. So subscribe to my channels all down below in the gobbledygook, otherwise known as my pants. So do it now. Leave a comment on the video if you like. You don't have to, but if you want to. Don't leave stupid comments. You get sent to the Shadow Realm, beaten severely with a baseball bat, and then Ozzy and Satan will come out and laugh at you and then eat your soul. So don't do it. Go to somebody else's channel and do that shit, or go to your dead channel that nobody cares about and do it there. Because you're not going to do it on mine. You don't like it? Tough shit. And that's that. Share the video all over the internet. Follow me on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Don't forget to tap and slap that bell, turn on all notifications. You're going to miss the next one. If you miss anything, well, you're, once again, SOL. You know what that means. I don't think I need to tell you. For pretty much almost 17 goddamn years. We'll be hitting that next Sunday. So, the big 1-7, almost legal here on YouTube. 18 to be next year. So, but 17 years on this glorious website. Coming up next Sunday, we're gonna do a little recap over the last 17 years, and that'll be by the way, that'll be simulcast on the original Gilmore Chronicles channel, or the Shadow Slayer channel now, 1.0, and on 2.0. So double your pleasure, double your fun, you get more of me, and that's not pretty much it. And that's that. So, like, share, subscribe, and all that other good shit. And if you're brand new here, well, welcome to the party, pal. We hope you enjoy the ride. Sit back, relax, grab yourself a nice tasty cold one, which I don't have at the moment, but I will be having some in a little bit, because if you can hear the music outside over my voice, I don't know if you can hear me. If you can't, too bad, I'm still doing a video anyway, but loud music outside is a party outside on my block, so we're having fun. It's the summer, it's the that time where everybody's having block parties and shit, so I haven't had one in a couple years here in my neck of the woods, but today we're having the annual block party, so my neighbor's gonna be out. We got a DJ, we got a bounce house, we got a lot of shit. Most of my neighbors are out. I'm gonna be going out with the missus pretty soon. We're gonna have fun. Might go to the park later. And then really, around 6 o'clock, a couple hours from now, we're going to go to the bar, watch SummerSlam, Night 1. It's going to be great. We'll talk about SummerSlam after this video, so I want to do Night 1 and 2 predictions for SummerSlam, get that out of the way, and then later tonight, we'll talk about NXT. Might talk about Night 1 of SummerSlam later tonight, when I get back. So, we got a lot of videos coming your way, maybe a 4-way, that's what she said, but we'll see what happens with that, how many videos I can get out today, and how tired I am. It's hot, tomorrow's gonna be raining, so I have more time and less noise, but it is what it is. But yeah, if you hear the noise, that's what's happening, a block party outside my house, or on my block, not outside my house per se, but it's on my block. We're gonna have fun. We got my neighbors got some great good food coming, some drinks, for the missiles, of course, Good food, good fun. And you only get it here in New York City. And you gotta love it. I don't know that. But, ladies and gentlemen, we got SummerSlam coming up in a couple hours. But right now, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're having a great Saturday. First of the month. Dog days of August are upon us. Dark, right around 8:30, getting close to 8:40. So, the days are getting shorter, ladies and gentlemen, even though we may or may not be turning the clock back in November. Whether that bill passes or not, I don't know. Don't care, really. But we got that. But on your hot, steamy Saturday afternoon, be safe and be well. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your late and out-of-date WWE Smackdown, or as I call it, Whelp Down Review for last night, July the 31st, 2026. And we are emanating, this is the go-home show, the Smackdown go-home show before SummerSlam Night 1 and 2. So we are emanating from the Resch Center in Green Bay, Wisconsin! Mr. Anderson! Anderson! Alright. Yeah, Mr. Anderson's hometown of Green Bay, Wisconsin. And as always, our commentary team on Friday Night Smackdown, Joe Tessitore, my good buddy, plays a mean electric twanger. That's guitar for you people at home. And that's one of the best impressions I can do these days. And that's bad news, weed bought it. And ladies and gentlemen, I got some bad news for you. Cody Rhodes ate all the hot dogs today at my block party. So I will have a hot dog today. That's some bad news. Fuck you, Cody. Cody likes the hot dogs. I like hot dogs too. Hot dogs? I like hot dogs. Yeah, I know you do. Right, Cody? Mm-hmm. But I digress on that. Alright, so bad news, Wade Barrett and Joseph Tessitore, I guess Joe Tessitore, on commentary. And it was a meh show, nothing great. As usual, the go-home shows are not that great. But we started with Fiend Balor. Starts us off. And, usually around this time of the year, he says he always thinks about 2016. It was the peak of his career. He won the Universal title. Then the next night on Raw, he had to give it up because of his shoulder injury. Thank you, Seth Rollins, you asshole. And went right back down to the lowest of lows. 10 years later, he is close to getting back on top of the men's division. And then, well, his opponent at SummerSlam, I think tonight, that's Sami Zayn, the man who knocks over water bottles, and we need justice for the water bottles. Anyway, he comes out and says, Finn, I respect you. Right? But knows I should be in the main event instead of you. So he calls out a fan sign saying he wanted CM Punk to retain. Shit. Because Punk is now just a corporate poster boy. Damn. Okay. And he wants to take the title from someone who stole it from him. But then Finn wants Sammy to say, Sammy, you got all this aggravation. Why don't you just come in the ring and say it to my goddamn face? So Sammy goes right to the ring. He's not scared. He says, well, I still respect you, Finn, but this is a lot bigger than just you. So Finn brings up trying to get back to this predicament for 10 years. With Sammy responds saying, well, if it took 10 years, maybe you should take the hint. Well, you got a point. So Finn points out that it took Sammy 10 years to get the title, even though it was 13. And he never gave up. Sammy isn't going to fight him. You ain't going to fight me right now, Sammy, because you're a good guy. And then out of nowhere, Walter jumps both of them from behind and then gets on the mic and says, hey, I should be the number one contender. I'm the rightful number one contender, but I got to deal with Nick Aldis. So then Adam Pearce and some fake security guards come out. Walter's like, hey, what do I need to get what's rightfully mine around here? And he goes right up to Nick Aldis, and then Fiend Balor and Sami Zayn go up the aisle and attack him, but Walter just beats the shit out of them. And then out of nowhere, Nick Aldis comes out from behind, attacks Walter, and then eventually they get into the ring, beat each other up, and then Nick Aldis locks in the Kingsland Cloverleaf, a different version of the Texas Cloverleaf. That puts a real good torque on your back. Oh. I mean, freaking Gunther was like contorted, like weird, like eee, Jesus. But anyway, so good way to set up their match for the end of the show. Okay, and then we have Aldis and Walter picking up some momentum for their SummerSlam match tonight. I like the opening. It was good. Ending of the show, not so good, Al. But we move on. Alright, we get that. So, I gave that 3.5 out of 5 stars, and we're off and running on Smackdown. Alright, first official match of the night, we have women's tag team action. We have the baddies, B-Fab and Mia Yim, along with a gorgeous-looking Jade Cargill in a white see-through get-up. I mean, you can see through that shirt. She was wearing a white bra, white thong, with her black body. Oh, God. Brandon, whatever your name is, Jade Cargill's husband, you lucky fuck. And that's that. Music's gonna get a little bit louder, guys, so if you can't hear me, I'm sorry. Why did you record? Where am I gonna record? I'm gonna record in the bathroom, it's still loud? I don't have soundproofing in here anymore, so I'm sorry. I used to, I don't have it anymore. So, deal with it. That's that. Alright, so B-Fab and Mia Yim with Jade Cargill at ringside. They take on Chelsea Green, Madam President, and the Women's United States Champion, Minnesota's own. She's gonna be there tonight in the five-way ladder match, and it's Tiffy time! Daddy! What? Did you see my match with Chelsea? Yes, you look both of you look great. Yeah, but I lost. It's not your fault. You didn't get pinned. I know, but, it's fine. You gonna watch my match tonight? I'm gonna win that title for you, Daddy, in my hometown. You gotta be there, right? Of course, so why wouldn't I be there? You got me a front row ticket, right? Right? Yeah. But, I'm gonna do my best, Daddy. I want you to be proud of me. I'm always proud of you, Sunshine. You do your best. I just don't get hurt, okay? Yeah, Daddy. Okay, well, I'll try. Yeah. Hopefully Tiffy will not get hurt tonight. Those 5 gorgeous ladies in that ring for the interim Smackdown Women's Championship. Hopefully nobody gets seriously hurt. We don't want that. We don't want an interim to the interim champion, you know what I mean? Even though the winner of the match is losing to Rhea Ripley probably at Sunday night's main event, September the 6th. I think it's, September the 6th. Or somewhere around that, I think. Somewhere around that date. But anyway. So pretty much it was back and forth. We get to the end. Chelsea Green comes back in with a missile dropkick to Mia Yim. She goes for the unpretty her. That gets broken up. And then the BTA, whatever that means. Bring the ass, or beat that ass, I guess. Finishes off Chelsea Green in under 7 minutes, so the baddies get the win. Match was alright, 2.5 out of 5 stars. And then after the match, Charlotte Flair comes out in a black leather outfit. You can see her dong. I mean, what is up with the dongs lately? Dong party, yeah. That's my kind of party. She doesn't wear thongs, but, she tried once and it didn't look good. But, she looks good anyway. She looks good with a thong, without a thong, with panties on. I don't give a shit. I'm getting it. You're not. So, fuck you, man. That's that. So Charlotte comes out. So we get a black and white dong match, basically. You have Jade in white, Charlotte in black, and you see pretty much their thongs and their hot asses. They have a cat fight! And basically goes after Jade, and then everybody else starts brawling. So they have a 6-way cat fight. So it's really setting up Jade and Charlotte, which should have been at SummerSlam. It's not. I don't know why. That's SummerSlam written all over it. Bad booking by Triple H, of course. So we get that. And we can move on. Alright, we're in the back with Fraxium, A-Kid, and Ben Frazier. They talk to the CMLL, the Triple A Cruiserweight Champion, Dragon Lee Phoenix. And they run into the Judgment Day of JD McDumpfuck and everybody's favorite person in Triple A, the Triple A Mega Champion, Eddie's legit son, right, Eddie? Of course, that's my son! My son, Dominic Guerrero! It's official, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie told us last night, if you were watching my videos last night, that Rey Mysterio pretty much admitted on video that Eddie and Angie consummated their relationship And Angie bore a son, which is Dominic Guerrero. And Aaliyah Mysterio is really Aaliyah Guerrero, because Angie did not, Angie was a wild woman back in those days, right, Eddie? Oh, she was a freak of nature. She made my bingo go. Oh, I don't want to know that. We don't have to go that far, there, Eddie. Why? I can't talk to you. We can't talk about sex on your show. Yeah, you can, but I'm really kind of like a PG kind of show. Oh, I get it, S.A. You're Vinicius. Well, it's PJ, but we don't go that far. Okay, I don't blow it out my escapades with the missus sometimes. She's a nice lady. I date her, but you're dead, and I don't know she would want you. What do you mean she don't want me? Every woman wants the Latino heat, S.A. I mean, Joni had some last night. I don't need to know that. I don't care if you had sex last night. I mean, you had thunderous, bombastic sex last night, Eddie. I mean, great for you. I had bombastic sex last night too, but I guess I'm not gonna go into detail. Okay? I'm sorry. I didn't mean it. But good for you, S.A. Well, did you protect your assets, S.A.? You don't say. You're a very good guy. No, I did not wrap up the burrito. I don't even have that problem anymore because me and the missus are old as fuck. We don't need that. We don't need to wrap up I don't even need to wrap up the burrito that much. I mean, I do and I don't, but we're old. We don't have to, Not that she's gonna pop out a kid anytime soon, but those days are kind of, those days are kind of gone now. So, but it is what it is. I wasn't ready. She wasn't really ready to have another one, but it's what it is. I don't care. I don't care if you make fun of me and I don't have kids. I don't give a fuck. I have fur babies. I used to have fur babies. Zuzu and Cookie were basically my babies. So technically, I had kids. You think about it. But now I know, and I'm good with that. I'm good if I'm not gonna give my mom and dad grandkids. I don't give a fuck. It's my opinion. Not that I don't have money to pay. I can't provide for my kids. I have money. I have a lot of money. So it's not like it crossed me and Rose's mind. It did, but we were just not ready. We just felt that it's our decision if we wanted kids or not. Not my decision. It's me and her. I'm not gonna get into that, but now because that's probably clipped now. I don't give a fuck. I don't really give a fuck. But moving on. Alright, so Charlotte and the baddies and Tiffy and Chelsea all fight. That's it. Alright, so Ray Phoenix and Fraxium, they run into Dom and Dominic and JD McDumpfuck. There's some tension between Ray Phoenix and JD McDumpfuck. And we have a match later on. Don't think it was for the Cruiserweight title, because I didn't really say anything about that. They were kind of talking about Triple R, but not so much. That's that. Alright, moving on. Alright, then we get a video from the Tongas. That's Tama Tonga, the wrestling gremlin. Yeah. And Hikuleo. They talk about being too obsessed with doing Solo's dirty work and pretty much ignoring what they were supposed to be doing. That's winning titles, kicking some ass. And then out of nowhere, Haku, or Ming, for all you people from WCW, Ming, Hogan's boy, by the way, Haku, their father, he comes out with a big fucking stick. Like, he came out the stick looked like a wand. I'm like, dude, he looks like freaking Skeletor coming out. Skeletor, I was like, whoa, I want that stick. That's a big mighty staff. So anyway, he wants his sons to remember who they are, and then he curses. He's like, you are the Tongans! I'm like, when did Haku start to curse? I don't even remember him in WCW cursing, or in his time with the Islanders, back in the 80s. Remember that? Haku and Fatu, which we all know as Rikishi. Tag team champions, by the way, a couple times. A couple times I know Haku and Fatu or Rikishi were tag team champions back in the 80s. Great feuds with a lot of good tag teams back in the 80s. I think Strike Force. I think the Rockers. I gotta look that up. I think the Nasty Boys. Sags and Knobs and Sags. We all know that. A couple other tag teams they fought back in the 80s. Good stuff. Good stuff. And then pretty much Haku went to WCW, followed Hogan. And Rikishi became the Sultan. Oh, that horrible gimmick, the Sultan. Jeez. Where he lost to, guess who? The Rock. When The Rock was coming up, before he became The Rock, he was like, "Oh, it's Rocky Maivia." I think he had the I think the Sultan had the Intercontinental title at one point. I could be wrong. But anyway. Alright, the music's getting really loud. So, if you can't hear me, what you gonna do when they come for you, bad boys? Okay, sorry. The music's loud, and you can probably hear what song is on. They're playing, I was gonna say, Here Comes a Hot Stepper by, that guy. I think it's the same group. Public Enemy's theme song from ECW is not that one. Not this song going on right now. But anyway. Speaking of tag teams, for the Triple R and Smackdown Tag Team Championship, we had Bobby Priest and R-Truth coming out like a cheesehead, because it's in Green Bay, take on War Machine, Eric and Ivar, so an all-for-nothing match. Both titles on the line. Good match. Referee gets shoved down by the War Machine. Oh, that caused a disqualification. So Poppy Priest comes in, and he shows the referee down again. I'm like, damn. So we got a double DQ in 6 minutes. So this was a waste of time. So they were hyping this match for like a couple weeks, and this is the finish we get? Huh? So I give this match a dud, 0, because it was DQ. And then after the match, big old brawl, goes into the crowd, and then Tama Tonga and Hikuleo come out, beat the fuck out of all 4 of those guys. And then Haku just comes out with his staff, gets in the ring, he's like, "Ooh, very good, my son's very good." So, I mean, I like this version of the Tongans. I'm like surprised they're not going to call them the Samoan SWAT team. Remember that? They were in WCW, Haku and Fatu. They had the most scariest music. When they came out back in the 80s in the NWA before it became WCW, they had the Michael Myers theme. It scared the shit out of me. I'm like, what the fuck is this? It's scary. They come out, in all black. I think they had masks on or some shit like that. They came out scary. It was scary. With the Michael Myers music and shit. That was great. So, we'll see what happens with this version of the Tongans, Hikuleo and Tama Tonga. Now with their father at ringside, they're definitely going to get those SmackDown Tag Team Championship. I wouldn't be surprised they get the Triple R Tag Team titles. So it's, Tongans, the tag team division, which we all know, Hunter does not like tag teams at all. Kind of getting some, maybe some businesses picking up with that. Alright, we get that. Oh, like I said, if you can't hear me, I apologize. Where else am I gonna go? If I go in my spare bedroom, you'll still hear the music a little bit. If I go in the bathroom, you'll hear the music. If I go outside, you'll definitely hear the music. I won't be able to, I'll be like lip reading. I'll be like lip singing. Like talking like a Japanese guy. Kanjina! It is what it is. Alright, after that, we get Kathy Kelly and actually, before we get to Kathy Kelly, we're gonna look at CM Punk and Cody get into a fight at a house show on Thursday night. Nobody cared about that. And then Kathy Kelly's with Punk, who knows that he and Cody have been friends for a long time, but now it's time to fight, whether it's friend or foe. And then Trick Willie Shamoon, the U.S. champ, he comes in and says, "I'm coming for the belt." I like that. 2 belts trick. Tricky 2 belts. And Punk's like, yeah, I like that. That's a great idea. I'd like to see that match. That'd be great if Trick holds on to the U.S. title against Baron Norman Corbin. Let me see if we get that. He says, well, I like that idea, but I'm still gonna whoop that Trick. Okay, Phil, great. Bitch. Moving on. So, we got that. 3 out of 5 stars for that. Let me move on. Alright, then we see Nicholas Aldis talk about how his first dream was to be a wrestler. And we hear about some of his time. This is a video package about his time in the ring. We see his success in TNA, which didn't have a long career in TNA. You know, see a little bit of him and as Magnus. I don't think we saw anything of British Invasion. I might have missed it. We see AJ Styles. We see a couple matches with Jeff Hardy. That was nice. I don't think we saw him. We couldn't really see him with the NWA belt because Billy Corgan would copyright that shit in a minute. I don't think we got that. I think we got some of his stuff in England when he was wrestling in England, so kind of got that. That's nice. But anyway, his success in TNA, there was offered a chance to be general manager of Smackdown. He was ready to give it his all. Then Walter comes around, and now he had to give up being Smackdown GM to become a wrestler again. Good promo. Good promo. Is he going to win tonight? Probably not. I think we're going to see Mickey James in the crowd. Maybe their son, what's the name of his son? Damien? I think it's Dominic or Damien, I think. So, but he's big, so not to worry about that. Moving on. So, I think Walter's going to annihilate Nick Aldis. I mean, he'll get in a few moves here and there and come close to winning, but I think in the end, Walter will win. I mean, we'll see. Alright, get that. Alright, so 3 out of 5 stars for that. Then, Trick Willie! Someone comes out. He's not happy with Baron Corbin coming back with a shaved head, all polished up, looking like a big-ass Tommy Pickles. We have to get a Rugrats fucking reference. Wow, Trick. You must have watched. I think we all watched Rugrats back in the 90s, didn't we, on Nickelodeon? Tommy Pickles and Dill and all that other shit. That was a good show, man. I missed that show. Anyway, Trick wants Corbin to come out. Corbin comes right out. Horrible theme music. I did not like it. I know Issa liked it. That's her opinion. I did not like it. I like his Lone Wolf gimmick, his Lone Wolf theme song in NXT, which we both agreed on. I don't know what that was. Then we move on with that. Alright, so Corbin comes out, promises to make Trick feel like he's in quicksand, and take his belt. Trick says, we both know you're not doing anything, so why don't we just fight right here, right now? And as always, Corbin's like, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm gonna wait till tomorrow to whip your ass. And then he leaves, and then Trick's like, well, I got 18,000 people in Green Bay are gonna tell you what's gonna happen tomorrow, and I'm gonna whoop that Trick. And that's it. Moving on. Alright, then we get a video for Oba, Femi, and Brock Lesnar. Hell in a Cell should really be the main event, but I think it might be opening the show. I don't know. I don't know if it should open the show. Well, you gotta get the cell up and, down and up, and then you gotta get the rest of the matches to go. So, I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, what's gonna start and end. Well, end the show probably be Cody and Punk, which should not end the show, just my opinion. But I think night 1 should end with Oba and Brock, and maybe be the last time we see Brock. Though, who knows? Who knows what's gonna happen tonight? If Brock does retire after tonight for good, or we're gonna see Beastie maybe one final time, either later this year, or maybe at the Royal Rumble, or maybe in Saudi Arabia, because, the Blood Prince wants that blood money. He has that blood money. He's like, Brock, give me the money. I give you the money. Blood money. Brock's like, oh, take it. Brock will take the money, go back home, bang his hot wife Sable, and then go in the forest and shoot some elk or moose in Saskatoon. Like that. I did not pick my nose. I just moved my nose. We got that. Alright, so we got the SummerSlam rundown. Then we get to the Triple R. Oh, it is for the title. Triple R Cruiserweight title. Ray Dragon Lee Phoenix taking on JD McDumpfuck with Dominic at ringside. Caused a distraction a couple times. And then referee's like, Dom, you are out! Why did he do that to my son? He didn't do anything! Well, referee's stupid. What do you want me to do, Eddie? I want you to go down there and kick his ass. Next time I will, okay? Maybe tonight. Or tomorrow night, or whenever that match is. Stupid human money on a pole match. Oy, oy, oy. Moving on. Anyway, so Dom's ejected, and as Dom's leaving, the lights go out, and then, Mr. Danhausen, I will curse you. He comes out, and he's about to go, Dom, you are... And then Dom's like, no, you ain't cursing me, bitch. Knocks Danhausen out, and then the mini houses jump from behind and knock him down. I'm like, Dom, how do you get beat up by 3 fucking midgets? What the fuck, Dom? Yeah, I didn't get that either. Why is my son getting beat up by fucking midgets, says Pero? I don't know, Eddie. I don't know. Dom is strong like you, and he's getting beat up by fucking midgets? Come on, Eddie. What the fuck? I have to talk to my son. I did not like that at all. I didn't like it either, Eddie. I did not like that. But anyway, the mini houses beat up Dom, and that led to Ray Phoenix kicking JD McDumpfuck right in the head. Sets up the Mexican Muscle Buster, and Ray Dragon Lee Phoenix gets the win, and still your Cruiserweight champion of Triple R. Decent match. 2.5 out of 5 stars, and that's it. Alright, then we get a long video package for Seth and Roman Reigns on Tribal G. Put up your ones. And, just to show Roman getting destroyed last week, and the last couple weeks on the mic. I don't know about that. Anyway, moving on. Alright, then we get to, I don't know what this match was, like 2-minute suckfest for the final spot in the women's ladder match for the interim Smackdown Women's Championship. We had Lash Legend kick done by herself. Takes on Julia, who got a jobber entrance. And Lash beat her in 2 fucking minutes? What the fuck, Hunter? Lash goes on. And a lot of people are saying Lash could win this match and become the interim champ. So, because... we really don't want to see Charlotte ain't winning because her and Jade are in the same match, so they're gonna cancel each other out. Chelsea possibly could win, and Tiffany could win because it's in her hometown. I would love for Tiffany to win, become Tiffany 2 belts, but there's a good chance that Lash could shock the world and win the interim title, but then eventually lose it right to Mommy, who would kind of unify the SmackDown Women's Championship. Or you can give Lash both belts. Be Lash 2 belts or maybe Lash 1 belt. But Lash could have a nice little run with the SmackDown Women's Championship. We'll see what happens with that. But I think Tiffany's going to win tonight. I'm going with Tiffany. But how in the world? Why? Why does Julia... Well, first of all, Julia, nice new hairdo with her... it's all like turquoise aqua blue, which is nice. But she gets a jobber entrance. That's strike 1. Strike 2 and 3, really. Strike 2, she loses in 2 minutes. And strike 3, she's getting buried. What is she doing on SmackDown? She should be on Raw. Let her go against Liv Morgan, Io. And then when she does come back, Stephanie Vergara, who might be back tonight. Please, for the love of God, get Julia off SmackDown. Put her to Raw. Give her a nice fucking push. I don't care if she gets the Intercontinental title. At least do something with it. Do something with Julia. If not, get her the fuck out. Let her go back to Stardom. Do what you did to Kyrie. Get her out. I mean, you didn't bury Kyrie, but still, her contract ended. Well, not her contract. They released her. And now, where's Kyrie going? Guess where? Stardom, New Japan, or AEW or Ring of Honor. Not that she needs to be in Ring of Honor. And she's pretty much about to debut somewhere. When? Don't know. But she's going to be debuting in either AEW or back in Stardom, back in Japan. I think she's just visiting family. Asuka's back there too. I don't know when Asuka's coming back to WWE. She still has a contract. So she's just taking a lot of time off because she has an arcade basically to run in Japan. She has family there. Because she is a mom, after all. That's my wife. Claudia! Okay. Yeah, so Lash wins in 2 goddamn minutes. I think everybody in the so-called WC is pissed off at Hunter. Rightfully so. Voice shows his pleasure on Twitter or on Touts or whatever, you know. And if Hunter don't like that, then him and his friend Mark, not Callus, but Mark, can have fun. So, we're gonna voice our displeasure there, Hunter. You bald-headed bitch. How dare you do that to Julia? Give her the golden shovel. Fuck you, Hunter. Fuck TKO. It is what it is. Alright, then we get to more boredom. And really the show should have ended here because, I mean, we had Cody come out and he gets interrupted by Punk, who interrupted his garbage theme song. And he's like, hey Cody, I'm gonna go to the ring. So Punk brings up the accidental elbows face at the house show on Thursday night. Cody suggests that Punk gets a title shot in Chicago, which, you know, very lucky. And then Punk's like, well, if it's in Chicago and there's a title shot, I'm gonna be there. And then Punk says, it's great to be alive in Green Bay, Wisconsin! Cheap pop, you fuck. He says, you know, I'm not about to say no and talk like I'm a bench player like Sami Zayn, who thinks he's a starter. Ooh. And then Punk's like, if I'm offered a title shot in Chicago, of course I'm going to take it. But for SummerSlam purposes, then the music died down a little bit. Well, back up now. Just changing the music. Anyway, but for SummerSlam, I have to know who the better wrestler is, and you know, for business purposes, not personal, but for just business. So Cody loads up his stupid catchphrase, what do you want to talk about? And talks about the meaning of the title Punk's wearing, and brings up Punk's line about being here to make money instead of friends when Punk came back. Punk says it might not be a good Saturday for you, Cody, when it comes to losing a friend. And you don't have to worry about Saturday, so let's just do this right here, right now. They're taking off their clothes. I'm thinking, just fuck already! Kiss and fuck! Nobody cares. They're like, this close. I'm like, kiss already! There's nothing wrong with it. Just don't do it to me, and don't splash on me, okay? I don't go that way. Anyway, so they take their time, and Punk's like, come on, Cody, come on, fucker! You know, he's cursing, of course. Then they start fighting, which I thought was the best part of the fucking segment. They fight all over the announce table, on the announce table, off the announce table, on the announce table, off the announce table. Adam Pearce and company try to come out, Jason Jordan and Kenny Dykstra come out to stop it like they're gonna stop shit. And then it basically ends the show. The feed cuts out. That's it. So, at least it was better than last week's horrible 25-minute promo that went nowhere. This was getting close to it, but at least the ending sold me. So I'm like, okay, yeah, now I'm a little bit interested in this match. Which I think Punk's gonna win anyway. But then again, Kevin Owens is in Minnesota. We haven't seen him since basically last year when Cody had that match. I think it was on Saturday Night's Main Event where he pretty much almost killed Kevin Owens with that, I think it was a Canadian Destroyer through the ladder. That's why Kevin was out with neck problems. And now he's like back, he's on LOGs and the Performance Center, getting, you know, not sitting home on his ass, banging his hot wife. I mean, his wife is kind of hot too, I do her too. And his 2 kids, you know, Owen and Olivia, I believe. So, you know, he's getting paid, he's doing some stuff with LFG, which is great, and he might be on the cusp of coming back. He's in Minnesota, so we're definitely going to see him either tonight or tomorrow. A lot of rumors like, oh, he's going to help Sami Zayn beat Finn Balor, or he's going to attack Punk, who's gonna attack Cody. Something's gonna happen tonight or tomorrow. So, and then Randy's coming back. We don't know when. Maybe this Friday night on Smackdown. Drew McIntyre might come back soon. So, that World Heavyweight title division is gonna get back into gear. You know, you got Poppy Priest who can get into that division. You got Cody, of course. You got Punk as the champ. If he loses it, you got, Punk. You got Randy, Drew, Kevin. We got a good SmackDown men's world title picture. So they can go in a lot of directions. I mean, I know we're not... if he attacks Cody, yeah, we'll get 1 year in the making. Because it's been like over 500 days since we've seen Kevin Owens in the ring. Been almost 2 years. So... they could rehash the Cody-Kevin Owens story. They could do something for Sunday night's main event, or it leads up to Money in the Bank. Maybe Kevin gets in Money in the Bank. I don't know, but Randy and Papucha should be in that. Not Oba. Don't put Oba in it. I don't give a fuck. Let him have his King of the Ring title, which he either gave up. If he gave it up, that's one thing. Yeah, put him in Money in the Bank. Let him win Money in the Bank. Then maybe cash in on Roman. Or just not cash in, like we always know how to cash in. Maybe just announces on Raw one night. He said, Roman, I want you at SummerSlam. Not SummerSlam. Like at Royal Rumble or in Saudi Arabia. Which I think that's going to lead to. Or just have Oba win the Royal Rumble. It's like, fuck him being in Money in the Bank. Let him go all the way to Royal Rumble. Let him win Royal Rumble. Or the Elimination Chamber, and then, sadly, I know Isis might be mad about this. I'm sorry, but this is how I think. This is, if I was booking, I would book Roman to beat Oba. That's just me. And I know you would too, Issa, but that's what it is. But it looks like they're gonna have Oba maybe beat Roman either at Royal Rumble or maybe at WrestleMania. If The Rock doesn't do a match with Roman. If so, then Roman's going to hold it through Mania, so it's like 1 year plus. Because we're getting... No, not even there, but... We're over 100 days with Roman as champ, so... So, on the road to 200 and more! Alright, we got that. Alright, so that's SmackDown in a nutshell. I thought it was pretty decent, so... I'm going to give it 7 out of 10 stars. Let me know what you guys thought of SmackDown in the comment section below. And like Trick Willie would say, let's talk about it. And that's pretty much it. Alright, I'm going to record, or at least try to record, my SummerSlam predictions. Get you ready for SummerSlam, and then I'm going to enjoy this great block party. I'm going to have some great food. And then me and the missus are going to have more food later at the bar. And watch SummerSlam. And then we'll be back later tonight with your SummerSlam review and your NXT review on the Peter Joseph channel. So subscribe now! Now! Not then, but now! Because everything I just said right now! What happened to then? You missed it! Where were you like 43 minutes ago? Fucker! But when will it be now? Soon! Get out of here! Fucker. Alright, I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Enjoy SummerSlam tonight. And until next time, party on, and rock hard with your cock out! And if you're not down with that, well, I got 3 words for you. Fuck you, man! Until next time, peace.